There's no Lugnuts baseball yet, but Lansing, Michigan, we can introduce you to your 2020 Lugnuts manager, Luis Hurtado. Luis, hello.
Hey Jesse, hello fans. Yeah, it's not baseball yet, but like here we are, like trying to talk about baseball and to know me a little bit more detail and then all the stuff.
Luis, where did you grow up?
I born in Maracay. I grew up in Venezuela. In 1988, April 11, 1988.
You were signed by the Blue Jays. You worked your way up as a catcher through the Blue Jays organization, and in 2011, you were a Lansing Lugnut. What do you remember of playing for the Lugnuts?
Well, I think I remember that's the interview that I had with you at that time. So basically, I told you like I was like working my really hard to get to Lansing because I heard at that time that was a really fun place to play, and I still remember that interview like it was today. So I remember 2011 was a huge year for me. I started in high A. I went to Vancouver. Then I went. I was in Lansing for that time, and then I finished in Triple A. Then they sent me down to Double A for the playoffs. So it was a fun year, but I never forget Lansing.
So that Lugnuts team in 2011 made it to the Midwest League Championship Series. That's our last time going to the championship series. You were in the playoffs, meanwhile, in the upper levels. How good was the Blue Jays minor league system when you were a player?
Wow. I can tell you right now. So if we go by positions, so remember we have one of our best catching prospects in the all minor league system. So I remember that year we got Carlos Perez behind the plate, but also we got Travis Zorno in Double A. We got AJ Jimenez in High A. We got like Jack Murphy, Sean Oshinko, Jan Gomez. So basically, we got a really good prospects behind the play at that time.
With Gomez, we saw him for a short time in Lansing. He has since become an all-star catcher and now with the Washington Nationals. Darno, major leaguer. Carlos Perez, major leaguer. AJ Jimenez, a short time, but a major leaguer. And there you are as one of the catchers in this organization. What point did you stop playing and become a coach in the Blue Jays minor leagues?
It was a tough decision, but I think that was the best decision that I made in my life. And then really, really helpful. And I'll always be grateful to the organization. That was in 2012 after a long year in 2011. Spring training, we have all those catchers in our system. And then I remember those conversations with Doug Davis at the time. That was our field coordinator. He said it to me like, "Hey, I heard we really like you, and then but I would think like you're not gonna have any chance with us to make it to the big leagues. But we see you in a long term like a coach, and then hopefully become a manager one day." So yeah, so that wasn't during spring training 2012. That time they say like we're gonna give you a week or 2 weeks to you can think about it and talk to your parents, talk to your family about it, and then you can come up and talk to us and take your decision. And also we're gonna send you to AAA as a player coach, so that way you can start learning the progress to become a coach. And then if somebody get hurt, so you're gonna have the opportunity to play in AAA too. So that's
Luis,
what I'd said.
when you talked to your family, what did your family say?
It was a tough decision, like I said before. But my dad was supporting me the whole time, and he said like, hey, son, you sign your contract as a baseball player, and so you stop your going school, so you stop your study. So, but you're gonna have a good choice, a good like you're gonna start a new career now, and you can stay there for a long time if you're doing the right things. And then I think it's a great opportunity to the team is offering you to become a coach.
How was 2012 in AAA Buffalo?
It was Vegas at that
Oh,
time.
AAA Las Vegas then.
Yes. 2012, we still in Vegas. So it was great. It was a great city, Las Vegas. And also I had an opportunity to play and also to start doing coaching too. So I believe it was like 3 or 4 games in AAA. Travis Ornat got hurt at that time, and then they active me, and then I get a chance to play in AAA too.
How was that experience?
It was great. I was like something that I never could forget. And then now that I start coaching, I was talking to players about like the difference between level to level. And then when you get to the AAA, you can see the difference between the major league guys like coming down to AAA, and those guys like they're young, but they still they need to be in that level to trying to jump to the big leagues. So it was great to see that environment, that like culture, experience. So it was really nice, and that helped me a lot in my career and my experience as a baseball player now, and my beginning of career as a coach.
All right, so you spent 2012, you're a player coach in AAA Las Vegas. At what point were you now a full-time coach in the Blue Jays system?
As soon as that season's over, I get a call from Doc Davis at the time, and then he said like, "Hey, like we talked to you, so you're gonna become a coach, and then your first level's you're gonna start next year in Dominican." So all the way from AAA, that 2012, all the way to the bottom, like way the bottom, where everything started, like Dominican Summer League. That's where I coached my first year as a completely like full-time coach. That was on 2013, Dominican Summer League.
Were there any notable players on your team in 2013?
I think so. Like, I don't know. Oh, well, yeah, for sure. Richie Urena, 2013, I was one of their coaches in 2013 for Richie Urena. There was like Javi Hernandez, Michael De La Cruz, um, John Kelly, Juan Kelly. Yeah, a couple players that are they play high level, and then one of guys that makes to the big league,
Did
like
it
Richie.
test your patience at all working with these players?
Yeah, it's not really easy, but like I think I that was one of my like learning process, and then one of my like the biggest step in my life was going from being a player and go all the way to the bottom, trying to teach the younger guys, because I was one of them when I was younger. So it was great, and I took advantage. I really took advantage to just start from the really bottom, and then trying to teach them the most as I can.
So here you come, you're working your way up from the Dominican Summer League to the Gulf Coast League, and we get to see you back in Lansing because you were
Yeah.
managing the Lansing Lugnuts in the Crosstown Showdown against Michigan State. What do you remember of managing basically your Gulf Coast Blue Jays against Michigan State Spartans?
Yeah, that was fun. That was fun because from since a long time ago, that was like 2011 was my last time in Lansing, all the way to the I think it was a 2017. I went 2 times. I went 2017. I went on 2018 to the Crosstown. So it was like 6 years after, and I said like, wow, this is way too different. The ballpark is beautiful now. It was beautiful though before, but now it's gorgeous. So our ballpark, like Lansing, is beautiful. And it was really nice to now from being a player to become a manager and manage, and then and the team that you play for. I was really like exciting, and then I really was fun for me. I really enjoy it.
What I remember was sitting down with you before the game, and I said, Luis, take me through all of these players that you know that I don't know. Who should I look forward to seeing? And there was a player batting ninth in the lineup named Otto Lopez. And you told me, keep an eye. Otto Lopez in 2019 was a Lansing Lugnut, and he won the Midwest League batting title. What did you see in Otto that told you that he could be special?
I think I remember I told you about Otto is like the way that he play. So he's gonna be different than any other player. So he can run, he can bunt, he can play defense, he can play anywhere around. And also the way that he go about his business, about his work. So he's completely like engaging to the game, and he's focused. He's a completely different cat. Like he can hit, he listen to you, and then he's gonna be a ball player. I mean, I told you that year that he's gonna be special, but now I'm gonna tell you that this kid's gonna make it to the big leagues, and then he's gonna impact many people in a big league team one day.
Is there anyone else that you've worked with? Bluefield, Gulf Coast League, where you say, hey, fans, you don't know this player's name yet, but watch out.
Well, I've been working the last 2 years because he was in my team in 2018, and also he was in my team last year. I think those two young guys in the middle, like Miguel Giraldo and Leo Jimenez, is two guys that we gotta watch those guys how they play. They're really like young, but also they can make good things in the baseball field. So either hitting or defensively, they're pretty good kids. They're pretty good players.
We
We gotta
expected
look at it.
Miguel. We expected Luis. We expected to see you, Luis Hurtado, with the Lansing Lugnuts. There's no baseball right now, and we understand why. So let me ask, what are you doing without baseball right now?
Well, like I told you before, like every before we start our call right here or our video right here. So basically, we keep in touch with the players. So we're doing like a weekly check-in with the players. We call him, we call them. We ask how their families, how their health, if they doing something that baseball related. Like we're doing this like once a week, but also we never stop like growing up as a coaches and as a person, as a people. And we've been doing like Zoom calls, like regards like hitting, regards pitching. We had one today about the manage. So it's been like a challenge and this situation right now because we are home. And like I said before, I'd rather be on a baseball field working, hitting baseballs, teaching the guys, like leading the guys, be a good leader for them, be a good example. And then, but like at this time, we understand the situation, and then we try to take advantage of this situation right now, trying to learn the most we can, technology, like getting, like we talk about getting ahead of the game. So that's what we're trying to do like right now on this situation.
Now, when spring training was shut down, minor league spring training had just started. You were just starting to get to know which players you might have. There was all the competition. But when baseball returns, how good could the Lugnuts be in 2020?
I'm telling you guys, we're gonna have a really good team. So far, we know names. Then we might get over there, but like we gotta wait until everything starts again. But like for sure, we're gonna have a young team. It's gonna be really young this year too. But also it's gonna be a team that's gonna compete, and that's gonna be one of my goals all the time. And also I did it last year with my team in Bluefield. It's gonna be our goal. Like we're gonna compete every single day. It's not gonna be we're not gonna give up anything. So we're gonna try to teach those guys to compete every single at bat, every single pitch, every single inning, every single game. So that's the way that we're gonna try to go about our season this year, hopefully.
And finally, Luis, anything that you wanted to say to fans of the Lansing Lugnuts, people of Mid Michigan?
First of all, like guys, stay healthy, stay safe. Trying to just wash your hands as much as you can. I know it sounds like literally repeatedly every time, but like we gotta be safe, we gotta stay healthy, and that way you guys can go to the ballpark and then support us, support the team, and have fun and enjoy those young guys how they play the game. Like you guys gonna have really fun this year.
That's what I'm talking about. Luis Hurtado, thank you so much for making some time and connecting across the way.
Anytime, Jesse. Anything for you and anything for Lansing Lugnuts fans.
Our 2020 Lugnuts manager, Luis Hurtado. I'm Jesse Goldberg Strassler.